Hi, good evening everyone. I am back again on my Sunday Instagram live, and I am here right in front of you, and today we are going to have a wonderful conversation. This is the Valentines Special edition today. I'm going to talk about something very interesting and very special today because it is Valentine's tomorrow, and I had promised that I will come back today and I will talk a lot about how you can have a good, wonderful, long-lasting love life. So today I'm going to share some very nice tips with you, something which I have learned in my past, something that I have followed, and something that I keep telling to my coaches as well. So I'm going to share with you a lot of things about how you can have a well-sustained love life and a long-lasting love life. So, hi, good evening everyone. I'm Mindcoach Swati Arora, and I'm live in front of you today talking about how you can have a wonderful, long-lasting, healthy love life or love relationship with your partner. And you're at whatever stage of your life you're in, whether you are starting out new with your partner. Last week I spoke about how you can have healthy relationship between a husband and a wife, between spouses, right? This week I'm talking about if you are in a relationship already, if you're dating, if you're already going around with someone, which means if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, how do you make that a relationship last for a long time? How do you make it special? Because generally what happens is a lot of people, I coach a lot of youngsters, and a lot of people keep telling me, Swati, that getting into a relationship is easy. The kind of availability that we have these days, the kind of networking that we do these days, there are so many apps as well which help you get into a relationship. But what about being there in that relationship for a longer period of time? I know so many people who've had, who've been into multiple relationships में वो चले जाते हैं, डेटिंग करना शुरू कर देते हैं, लेकिन धीरे धीरे suddenly something happens and they fall out of the relationship. Or if it also happens sometimes that they are into a steady, stable relationship for a really long time, and then that suddenly comes to an end because of some situational issues or some circumstantial issues, and that person really takes a setback in his life. So today I'm sharing with you some wonderful tips on how you can have a great, long-lasting, healthy relationship with your partner, with your loved one, with your special one, and so that you can enjoy your Valentine's every year. Now, before I go ahead, let me quickly say a hi to everyone. Hi Savant Harshad, hi, good evening. Hi Senthil, thanks for joining in. Hi Smart Sambhu, thanks for joining in. Hi Ravi Bhatnagar, thanks for joining in. Hi Arun K. Lowar, thanks for joining in. So guys, today I'm talking about, because this is Valentine's Special, I had promised last time that today I'm going to share some very interesting tips about how you can have your Valentine for the rest of your life, which means how you can have a special person with you by your side for the rest of your life. I am going to share some very critical, very important, very real-time tips with you today. So stay put right till the end of the session. And if you have any questions, anything pertaining to love life, pertaining to Valentine's, pertaining to how to maintain your relationship with your partner, please do write send the comments questions here. I will take up all your questions. Alright, so let me quickly say hi to Jai Bhatnagar. Hi Jai, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Hey Kalpesh, thanks for joining in. So guys, before I go ahead and before I talk about, I'm talking about how you can have a good, sustained love life forever. Now, before I go ahead, forever क्या होता है? Forever कुछ नहीं होता. I think we need to first thing that we need to understand is there is nothing or no relationship which will be with you forever. That is a myth. ये हमारा भ्रम है. हमें ये बताया जाता है बचपन से, पेट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी बताती है, या इनफैक्ट प्री हिस्टोरिक टाइम से ये बताया जाता है कि हमारा जो रिलेशनशिप है, हमारे जो पार्टनरशिप है, पार्टनर है जो हमारी लाइफ के हमारे सोलमेट है, उनका हमारे साथ जन्म जन्मांतर का रिश्ता होता है, और यही हम बिलीव करते हैं, यही हम मानने लग जाते हैं, और completely we fall in for it. And because of that belief that we carry, we do a lot of things which we are not supposed to do in a relationship, which means either we over compromise, either we over give in to ourselves completely just to make that belief come true. But that belief is not true. Let me tell you this. ये चीज को आप गांठ बांध लीजिए, इस चीज को आप लिख के कहीं पर दिमाग में, you should constantly say this narrative to your mind that no relationship will be with you forever. I'm sorry I'm starting on a very negative note, but it's not a negative note actually. I'll tell you why I'm saying that. No relationship will be with you forever except only one. There is an expiry date for every relationship. You will have an expiry date for every relationship, be it your parents, be it with your siblings, be it with your special one, which is your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, be it with your family, anyone. You will have an expiry date in every relationship. But there is only one relationship which will be with you forever. Can someone just tell me which relationship is going to be with you forever? That is your own relationship, which means the relationship which you share with your own self, that is the only relationship जो आपके साथ हमेशा के लिए रहेगा. आपके जन्म से लेके मृत्यु तक, from your birth till the death, the only one relationship which you will carry proudly and very, very comfortably with yourself is going to be your own relationship with yourself. And that is the reason why I'm starting this session today by telling you friends that it's very important. जो एक शख्स आपके साथ जिंदगी भर रहने वाला है वो आप हो. वो कोई आपका बॉयफ्रेंड नहीं है, कोई आपका गर्लफ्रेंड नहीं है, आपके हस्बैंड, वाइफ, मदर, फादर, सिस्टर, ब्रदर कोई नहीं है. वो आप खुद हो. मी माई सेल्फ, एब्सोल्युटली. सो आप अगर खुद आपके सबसे बेस्ट फ्रेंड हो और आप अगर अपने सबसे बेस्ट स्पेशल पर्सन बन जाते हो तो आप खुद अपना वैलेंटाइंस बन सकते हो, राइट? विच मीन्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट the first thing that you should do for any relationship to last forever is to be able to make yourself your best friend. Love yourself, make yourself your best friend, take care of yourself. Your relationship with yourself should be completely strong. प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, हम दूसरों के साथ रिलेशनशिप बना लेते हैं, हम अपने आप को कंसिडर नहीं करते. वी कॉम्प्रोमाइज बिकॉज वी कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन आवरसेल्व्स, क्योंकि हमें उनके साथ रिलेशनशिप अच्छा बनाना है. जब हम शादी करते हैं हम रिलेशनशिप बनाने के लिए, पूरे परिवार के साथ रिलेशनशिप बनाने के लिए कॉम्प्रोमाइज करते हैं. जब हम कहीं पर ज्वाइन करते हैं, कोई न्यू जॉब ज्वाइन करते हैं, उनके साथ रिलेशनशिप बनाने के लिए अपने मॉरल वैल्यूज को कॉम्प्रोमाइज करते हैं. सो ये जो कॉम्प्रोमाइज वर्ड है ना, ये बहुत मिसयूज किया जाता है हर रिलेशनशिप में. इसीलिए मैं कहती हूँ जब आपकी रिलेशनशिप अपने आप के साथ, खुद के साथ आपकी रिलेशनशिप जिस दिन स्ट्रांग होगी, आपको किसी और की जरूरत होगी ही नहीं. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू डोंट नीड एनीवन, एवरीवन नीड्स अ पार्टनर. But before going and seeking out a partner in the world, before saying that I want X person or Y person to be with my side, have your own self, very very strong partner. सबसे strongest partner जो आपका होना चाहिए वो आप खुद होने चाहिए. So take yourself as your best Valentine and celebrate that in this Valentine's Day. So that was my first point on how you can maintain long lasting relationships, is that the day when you love yourself, the day when you care for yourself, the day when you feel that you're your best friend, you will see all your other relationships, be it with your partner, be it with your children, be it with your parents, be it with your siblings, सबके साथ आपके relationships बहुत अच्छे हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि आप खुद से कंटेंट रहेंगे, आप खुद से सेटिस्फाइड रहेंगे, आप खुद से खुश रहेंगे. आपको खुशी के लिए बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सो ये मेरा सबसे पहला टिप है आज का, विच इज लव योर सेल्फ. सेल्फ लव शुड बी द प्राइम इम्पोर्टेंस. Alright, let me quickly say hi to people who just joined in. A lot of views coming in. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, Dylan. Thanks for joining in. Dylan DeMello, thank you very much. Nihar Hirani, hi, good evening. Motivational speaker Bipin, hi Bipin, thanks for joining in. Johnny, my coach, thank you so much, Johnny, for joining in. Abhijit, hey Abhijit, thanks for joining in. Purvi, hi Purvi, good evening, thanks for joining in. Me, myself, yes, absolutely right, Purvi. बिंगो, करेक्ट आंसर. यू हैव टू बी योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड एंड आप ही अपने खुद के सबसे बेस्ट वैलेंटाइन बन सकते हो. अभय अनुकर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. अरसू, थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. अरसू, नंगे पाव, thanks for joining in, and I keep seeing your messages, your posts, you're tagging me as well. Thank you so much for that. Abhishek Tripathi, thank you so much for joining in. Hi Vinay, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. So guys, today we are talking about, in this Valentine's Special edition, we are talking about how you can have long lasting relationships with your partner or with your soulmate. Now soulmate कोई चीज़ नहीं होती है, लेकिन फिर भी मैं कहूँगी कि how you can have a long lasting relationship. I will not use the word forever, but as long as you can, because आजकल की दुनिया में what happens is we are very fast and impromptu to get into a relationship. To start dating, to get into a relationship, we are jumping into it. But how to maintain that relationship? That is a problem. That is a challenge that a lot of youth is facing. Many people are facing. I will not say only youth, but many people are facing. Obviously, because you are so confused in life. There are so many things which are happening right in front of you. There's a lot of stress from work pressure around the world as well. There's pressure around which has been given to you. So उस situation में आप अपनी रिलेशनशिप को, आपकी जो पार्टनरशिप है आपके सोलमेट के साथ, वो कैसे आप लॉन्ग लास्टिंग कर सकते हैं, उसके बारे में मैं आज बात कर रही हूँ. So I already gave you the first tip, which is you have to love yourself. You have to learn to love your own self. Your relationship with your own self has to be prime importance. Let anyone tell you that it is selfishness. Let anyone tell you that, you're being self-judgmental. Let anyone tell you anything. It's not being selfish. It's about self-love. It's about respecting your own self. The day when you love yourself, the world will love you. The day when you treat yourself well, you will see others also will treat you well. The problem is we don't treat ourselves well. And that is the reason why आपके जो relationships हैं वो आपको उस तरह से behave नहीं करते हैं जैसा आप चाहते हो. So अगर आप चाहते हो कि आपके साथ कोई प्यार करे, आप चाहते हो आपके साथ कोई अच्छे से बर्ताव करे, तो आपको खुद के साथ अच्छे से बर्ताव करना पहले बहुत ज़रूरी है. Alright, so going ahead, the next point that I want to talk about is, which is very critical in any relationship, and I keep saying this, is communication. Communication is a key for any relationship to succeed. Now, it may sound like a cliche dialogue because मैं हर बार यही कहती हूँ, but I want to elaborate this on further today. Now, why do I say communication is very important? When you're starting out a relationship, in that communication is very important. Well, communication is important everywhere. But जब आप relationship start करते हो, आप कहीं पर मिले, आप दो लोग मिले, एक दूसरे को अच्छा लगा, आप लोग पसंद आए और आपने relationship start करी. But what about the communication? That needs to be stronger. You need to be able to talk to that person about yourself and about what you're expecting from that relationship. That communication needs to be very, very clear right in the beginning. The problem is we don't do that communication in the beginning, and that's when expectations start coming in. Unnecessary expectations start coming in. The partner says something which you don't agree, and then you start to back out. So ज़रूरी है कि आप अपनी सारी कम्युनिकेशन, सारी बातें, जितनी भी आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं उस रिलेशनशिप से या जो आप चाहते हैं उस रिलेशनशिप में, वो आप क्लियरली डिफाइन कर दीजिए इन द बिगिनिंग इटसेल्फ, राइट? एंड even also about how to communicate, what to communicate, when do you want to get into any situation, how much do you want to communicate. For example, अगर आप ऐसे इंसान हो जिनको दिन में 10 बारी मैसेज करना नहीं पसंद है, लेकिन आपके पार्टनर को वो पसंद है, तो ये आपको क्लियरली कम्युनिकेट करना आना चाहिए. Otherwise this becomes difference of opinion or differences of in a behavior type with your partner. So अगर आप ऐसे कोई हैं जिनको limited communication पसंद है, limited टाइम स्पैन में पसंद है, तो आप बताइए अपने पार्टनर को, वरना they will assume something else out of you. Also, if you are someone who keeps texting your partner, or someone who's calling your partner, checking in on him or her, and you're not getting the same reciprocal effect from your partner, you feeling bad about it, that also needs to be communicated. So when I say communication has to be everything. आप क्या फील करते हैं, अच्छा बुरा दोनों, और आपके पास अगर कोई डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन है वो भी आपको कम्युनिकेट करना आना चाहिए. आई हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स वी आर वेरी गुड इन कम्युनिकेटिंग व्हाट वी फील बैड. मुझे आप में ये चीज़ पसंद नहीं आई, आपने मेरा कॉल नहीं उठाया, मुझे ये पसंद नहीं आया, आपने मेरे लिए सपोर्ट नहीं किया, आई डिडंट लाइक दैट. Well, when we communicate all the negative things, don't you think we should also communicate all the positive things, which means complimenting, appreciating. If something that your partner has done for you and you really liked it, please appreciate your partner then and there. Appreciation is a must. It will really create a bonding in your relationship. आप ये assume मत कीजिए कि मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूँगी तभी वो समझ में आ जाएगा उनको. Let me tell you friends, ये आजकल वो ज़माना नहीं रहा. People are moving towards technology. People are very closer to technology than human interface. So it's better if you have something in your mind, don't assume that your partner will be able to read your mind. Do not assume that. Just tell it out loudly, vocally. Be vocal about your expressions. Be vocal about your feelings. फीलिंग्स. चाहे आपको कोई चीज़ अच्छी लगी है वो भी बताइए, चाहे आपको कोई बुरी लगी है वो भी बताइए, उसको आप दिल में दबा करके मत रखिए. सो कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग योर पार्टनर, अप्रिशिएटिंग योर पार्टनर इज इक्वली इम्पॉर्टेंट than what you are doing on the other side, which is telling him or her what you did not like. वो भी बताना ज़रूरी है और कॉम्प्लीमेंट करना भी ज़रूरी है. और आपको ये भी बताना ज़रूरी है कि आपको किस चीज़ में, किस स्पेस में आपके रिलेशनशिप को आगे बढ़ना है. What is the time when you want to get intimate? What is the time when you want to talk? How much do you want to? What is the future that you are seeing in your relationship? ये सारी चीज़ें भी आपको कम्युनिकेट करना आना चाहिए. Some things may not be comfortable, but it's good to have uncomfortable conversations as well sometimes, because that will make you become better friends, best friends I would say, and that will help your relationship in a long-term perspective. All right. So I'll take a pause here and quickly say hi to a lot of people who've joined in. Hi Prakash Sahu, thanks for joining in. Gaurav, Kevin, thanks for joining in. Hey Priyanka, thanks for joining in. Insta Parvez, hi Insta Parvez, thanks for joining in. Ishan, Digital Pooja, thanks for joining in guys. So guys, हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं वैलेंटाइन स्पेशल में. ऑब्वियसली मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है कि वैलेंटाइंस में हम प्यार मोहब्बत की बातें कर रहे हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ यू कैन हैव योर लव लाइफ और योर रिलेशनशिप और योर partnership with your partner, with your soulmate, with that special person of yours stay for a longer time. And I hate to see when youngsters, I do a lot of youngster teenage coaching as well, and I hate to see that they are so happy when they get into a relationship because they jump into it so quickly, and 2 months down the line you come to know that the relationship is broken. That person really hates the other person now, and he or she is seeking for some other partner. What is happening is, मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि आपको ये ब्रेकअप्स और टाई अप्स नहीं करने चाहिए. It's good, you should keep experimenting, you should keep meeting new people, you should try your hands on to many things. But अगर आप कुछ over the top करेंगे, अगर आप हर 2 महीने में, हर 3 महीने में एक नया पार्टनर ढूंढ रहे हैं, अपने लाइफ में कोई चेंज लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, what will happen is that will become your behavior, that will become your nature. You will start to become a little more resonating, you'll start to become a little more retaliating, that okay, you will become someone who is not going to be accepting a lot of things from people. So in a relationship, it's also about giving in. It's also about, compromising. Like I said earlier, it's not, compromising should not be way too much, but it should be a win-win situation. Relationship का मतलब क्या होता है? Partnership का मतलब क्या होता है? 2 people working together for a common cause, right? Which means you will have to compromise somewhere or the other on your difference of opinions. So some things, you may have to give in sometimes, maybe a partner gives in some other time, but ये चीजें करना जरूरी है. इसीलिए I would not recommend you to go on jumping on from one branch to the other every now and then, because that will only get you more resistant in making good partnerships for a longer time. All right, let me quickly say hi to Sunil Joshi. Hi Sunil, thanks for joining in. Makeup Fitness by Jumps. Hi, good evening, thanks for joining in. So guys, we are talking about how to have long lasting relationship with your special person, and I'm sharing some wonderful real life tips with you. I have already shared 2 major tips with you. So अगर आपके कोई questions है, कोई सवाल है, please send it to me in the chat, in the comment, and I will love to take your questions. अगर आपकी personal life के भी कोई सवाल है, आप please उसे डालिए. I will try to answer all your questions. All right, the next point that I want to talk about is practicing forgiveness. The problem is, we are, as a human race, we are built in to have resentment in us. Resentment मतलब हम जो नाराज़गी है, गुस्सा है, एंगर है, या कोई चीज़ आपके पार्टनर ने मिस्टेक करी है, उस पॉइंट को हम अपने दिमाग में स्टोर करके रखते हैं, और कभी ना कभी कोई ना कोई फाइट में, कोई ना कोई बात में हम उसको दोबारा बाहर लाते हैं. If you are moving towards forgiveness, if you are someone who moves towards forgiveness, I have seen your relationships become more stronger. Because अगर आप अपने पार्टनर की मिस्टेक स्टोर करके रखेंगे, यहाँ पर आपके मेमोरी चिप में स्टोर करके रखेंगे, धीरे धीरे आपकी जो अट्रैक्शन है, आपकी लाइकिंग है, आपकी जो पसंद है, वो उनकी तरफ कम होना शुरू हो जाएगी. Your bond will start to repel. You will start to deviate from your partner, distract from your partner. So it's important to learn forgiveness as well, because when you do that, what you're doing is basically you're agreeing and accepting that that person is also a human being. आपकी अगर कुछ expectations है तो उनकी भी expectations है, क्या आप दोनों मिलकर उस expectation के ऊपर काम कर सकते हैं, ना कि अगर उन्होंने कोई एक mistake किया आप उसी चीज को बार बार निकालते रहेंगे तो definitely वो relationship आगे जाके it'll start to break up. All right. Hello Kitty Spa, thanks for joining in. Surya Sheikh, thanks for joining in. Surya, good evening Mr. Essen Shah, thanks for joining in. So guys, हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं स्पेशल रिलेशनशिप्स को कैसे लॉन्ग टर्म रखा जाए उसके बारे में. तो आपके कोई भी सवाल है प्लीज शूट इन हियर, आई विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू टेक योर क्वेश्चंस. द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट दैट आई वांट टू शेयर इज रिस्पेक्ट. सबसे की एलिमेंट in a love relationship, more than love also I would say, is respect. You should be able to respect your partner. You and your partner should have equal pedestal in life, and you should be able to have respect for each other. When I say respect, it's about not only about showing respect that okay fine, you really love that person or you really acknowledge his or her views. It's about listening as well. प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, हम लोग बोलते ज्यादा हैं, हम सुनते कम हैं. Listening to understand, not to respond. We want to listen to our partner, but we already have our response ready. So don't do that. When you're doing that, you're disrespecting your partner. You're disrespecting anyone rather. जब आप कभी भी लिसनिंग करेंगे, किसी की बात सुनेंगे, आप उनको बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं क्योंकि आप उनके कंसर्न्स को सुन रहे हैं. और ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप जो कंसर्न्स आप you can't just jump on to a solution and give a response immediately, because that means you're not really understanding what he or she is going through. So giving an open ear, an open mind to your partner's problems, issues, concern, whatever is also very important. जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था, कम्युनिकेशन जितना इंपॉर्टेंट है उतना ही सुनना भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. जितना आप अपनी फीलिंग्स बताना चाहते हैं उतना ही आपको रेडी होना चाहिए उनकी फीलिंग्स सुनने के लिए, ताकि इट शुड बी अ two-way communication. So respect your partner's decisions, respect your partner's choices, respect your partner by being able to listen to them and being able to understand what they're going through, what they want in the relationship. Don't try to persuade them to change their mind. ये मैंने बहुत बार देखा है. पार्टनर्स क्या करते हैं, दे ट्राई टू परसुएड, नॉट आउट ऑफ फोर्स बट आउट ऑफ लव ओनली, बट दे विल यूज सम मैनिपुलेशन टैक्टिक्स to persuade you या to get you to change your mind. Now I'll give you an example. For example, अगर आप एक relationship में हैं और अगर आपके partner further studies के लिए abroad जाना चाहते हैं, तो आप उनको obviously you don't want him or her to go because you will be alone here, and you know that long distance relationship will give you a little bit of a problem. Right now you're thinking from a space of your relationship and yourself. You're not thinking of a space of what is good for your partner. That is good for your partner. The study, the going abroad and studying is good for your partner, and he or she has taken a call about it. You do not need to change his mind or persuade him to stick here just because you want that relationship to grow. That way you're being selfish now. So that's what I'm saying. When you are be respectful to your partner, you will respect his or her choices as well. अगर उनके लिए कुछ अच्छा है वो ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है आपके लिए, ना कि आपका खुद का इंटेंट या आपका खुद का रिलेशनशिप. I'm sure the day when you respect that, your partner will respect your opinion as well and be able to be justified and fair with you. Right? It's not important to just look at things from their perspective, from your perspective only. You need to be able to look at things from their perspective as well. One more thing about respect is you need to respect your partner's personal privacy and boundaries as well. Now this is something which is very very common, which has been happening forever, I would say. हमें ये लगता है कि हम अगर किसी के साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं, किसी रिलेशनशिप में हैं, तो हमें ये लगता है उनको हमें अपने बारे में सब कुछ बताना चाहिए. He should tell me where he is going, with whom he is going, with whom he is talking to, with whom he is chatting, with whom he is having his lunch. Everything he should tell me. Why? It's not a mandate. It's not written somewhere in blood that आपके पार्टनर को आपको बताना जरूरी है सब कुछ. हाँ, ये रिस्पेक्ट है, आपकी ये ट्रस्ट होना चाहिए आपको आपके पार्टनर के ऊपर कि वो कुछ गलत नहीं करेंगे. एंड सिमिलरली आपको भी वो करना चाहिए कि आपके जो रिलेशनशिप की बाउंड्रीज है उसको आप ब्रेक नहीं करेंगे. लेकिन इसके अलावा आपको उनकी पर्सनल स्पेस में अटैक नहीं करना चाहिए. मैंने ये भी बहुत बार देखा है कि पार्टनर्स जो हैं रिलेशनशिप में जब डेट कर रहे होते हैं वो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि आप उनका पार्टनर अपना पिन कोड उनको देंगे, पिन कोड एज इन द मोबाइल पिन कोड देंगे, या व्हाटएवर जो भी उनके पासवर्ड्स है वो शेयर करेंगे. Now that is something which is really not necessary, because if you're doing that, what you're basically doing is you're not disrespecting your partner, because they also have their own life apart from you. Respecting your partner to maintain a life apart from your own self is also a very, very important part of a healthy relationship. So if you are someone who's facing this issue where your partner is not maybe directly telling you but indirectly also telling you to share your passwords, to tell your whereabouts, where you are, to show everything to him or her, I think it's time to rethink about that relationship, whether you're in the right relationship or not. Because any healthy relationship, these kind of things will not happen and should not happen. Alright, let me take a pause here and quickly say hi to people who joined in now. Hi Meera Bharat, thanks for joining in dear. Pradeepa, thanks for joining in. Sarath left turn, thanks for joining in Sarath. Alright, Meera says not necessary everyone have their map and territory that they operate with. Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone has their map, which means their own map of the world, and they all have their own territory that they operate with. तो इसीलिए आपको अपनी टेरिटरी को रिस्पेक्ट करना है और अपने पार्टनर की टेरिटरी को भी रिस्पेक्ट करना है. ये नहीं कि आप दोनों की इंटरजेक्ट करें, आप उनको हर बार में सवाल पूछें या हर बार में आप उनकी बाउंड्रीज को चेक करते रहें. दैट इज नॉट ऑपरेटिंग आउट ऑफ अ स्पेस ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट. So having a healthy relationship is all about, like I just mentioned, I'll just quickly do a recap. The first is maintaining relationship with your own self. जब आप खुद से प्यार करेंगे, जब आप खुद की केयर करेंगे, जब आप खुद को अच्छे से ट्रीट करेंगे, तब आपको दुनिया अच्छे से ट्रीट करेगी. So that's the first thing. The second point is communication, and like I said, communication from all perspective. Not only communication with your partner, talking to them more, but also talking about your feelings, talking how you feel about that relationship, what you like about them, what you dislike, what they do. ये सारी चीजें अगर आप transparently share करेंगे without feeling scared or insecure, वो आपके relationship को एक बहुत long term phase में लेके जाएगा, right? The third is having respect, showing respect to your partner from everything, with respect to everything, with respect to listening to your partner, with respect to giving him space and time, boundaries. जैसे कहते हैं ना कि आपका relationship space और time से हेल्दी होता है. इट बिकम्स मोर हेल्दी इफ यू गिव स्पेस एंड टाइम टू योर रिलेशनशिप. जितना आप उसको जकड़ के रखेंगे, केज करके रखेंगे, वो रिलेशनशिप आपके हाथ से बाहर निकल जाएगा. वो कोई चिड़िया नहीं है जो आप उसको पकड़ के रखेंगे. जितना आप उसको टाइट पकड़ के रखेंगे वो बाहर चला जाएगा. सो इसीलिए रिलेशनशिप में रिस्पेक्ट होना बहुत बहुत जरूरी है. ऑलराइट, हाय राहुल पाठक, थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. हाय सोब्री नीतीश, हाय, थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन. ऑलराइट, द नेक्स्ट वन इज sorry. So the next one is when I talk about personal boundaries. So having personal boundaries and respecting personal boundaries is also very important. One of the things that I see very regularly why people get annoyed with each other is आपकी boundaries, आपका personal space जो है वो आप खुद decide करेंगे. जैसे मैंने starting में कहा था, अगर आपकी communication strong होती है, अगर आपका partner, if you're starting out a relationship, maybe dating someone or something, आप अपनी expectation जो है पहले ही बता दीजिए कि this is what I'm expecting, this is what I'm looking at for this relationship, this is what I'm looking from this relationship. मुझे ये चीज़ें जो हैं ये मेरे लिए completely non-tolerable है. For example, lot of people feel infidelity is non-tolerable, which means going out and cheating is non-tolerable, or saying a lie is non-tolerable. But except from that, other things, I'm okay if you do, I'm okay if you hang out with your friends, I'm okay if you have special friends and you spend time with them, I'm okay if you do your stuff because you have a world outside me as well. So that kind of a communication if you have, that's very good. You can also decide on your timings as well. Sometimes मैंने देखा है relationship में one of the partners really wants to talk more and the other partner is not available, maybe because of work, maybe because of other things, and that creates a difference in opinion. Sometimes the partner wants to hang out more, आपको every week मिलना है, दूसरा partner available नहीं है. तो ये सारी जो expectations है, सारी जो communication है, वो आपको पहले discuss करना ज़रूरी है, ताकि आप ऐसा ना हो कि starting में तो सब कुछ अच्छा होता है. We want to lure the person, we want to give him that space, we want to make sure that he or she likes us. तो हम उनकी सारी चीज़ों को हाँ बोलेंगे. हम बोलेंगे ठीक है, हम आपसे every week मिलेंगे, हम आपको 10 बार दिन में call करेंगे, हम ये भी कर लेंगे, वो भी कर लेंगे. But eventually it starts to phase out. So don't do all of that. It's not about showing a different face in the beginning and showing another face in the later half of the relationship. यहाँ पर सारी गड़बड़ हो जाती है. तो मेनली आपको ये करना है, you have to be yourself. What you like, what you don't like, what you dislike, you have to tell that very, very clearly in the beginning. If that person's values and beliefs and ethics match with yours, you will be able to have a sustained, long-lasting relationship. So many people curious because it's Valentines Special. Yes, absolutely, Nitish. All right, so that is what that was my fourth tip, which is respect each other's boundaries, respect your time frames as well. Everyone has a lot of things in their plate already, so not bombarding yourself or not putting yourself, pushing yourself on the other person. That's something which is very, very important in today's day and age, at least, because earlier something else used to happen. 10 years back or 20 years back, things were different. People were not, all of us were not working. A lot of people were working from home, and working from home as in the wife would be at home and the husband would be in the office. But अब चीजें बदल रही हैं. There are a lot of people who are working. Everyone practically is working. Everyone has a life apart from their family life as well. So you need to respect all of that. They will not leave all of that for you, and they should not leave all of that for you. That will not be a healthy relationship. So if you believe in that, you'll be able to go ahead and have a sustained relationship. The other thing is having trust. Having trust in a relationship is very, very, very important. ये मैंने पहले भी कहा था. Having trust is basically, and it comes back to the same point. If you are content with yourself, if you are not insecure about yourself, अगर आपको लगता है आपका पार्टनर आपके बराबर है और आपसे ऊपर या नीचे नहीं है, you automatically will have trust in your partner. Now this is something which is, again, I have heard a lot, is that a lot of people say, I don't believe you or I don't trust in you because I have had a troubled childhood, I've seen my parents going through divorce, or maybe I have been cheated earlier and that's the reason why मुझे trust issues है. This is a very common term which is used these days. I have trust issues, and that is the reason why the boyfriend will tell to the girlfriend, or the other way around as well, that I want you to give in more to me, which means I want you to please me, make sure that make me sure that I can trust you. Now you don't need to do all of that. If the person is having trust issues, no matter what you do, he will never change. That is an excuse basically, right? So do not fall for that trap. It's a complete trap only for yourself. If someone is saying that they've gone through a troubled childhood, they've seen parents fighting, or they've seen something going wrong in their past relationships, they need to understand that it's a past and that needs to be kept in the past. When you're entering into a new relationship, enter a new relationship with a clean slate, which means a blank slate in your mind. You cannot carry your past baggage in your current relationship. You should not. Otherwise, it will only hamper your relationship. So, very, very important thing to understand is you need to trust your partner, and likewise, which means your partner also need to trust you. If someone is telling you that it's your responsibility to build trust for me, which means you have to go that extra mile to make sure that I trust in you, please fall out of that relationship immediately, because that's not a relationship which you want to put your heart, and energy into. It's no point, because that person already has trust issues. No matter what you do, अगर आप चांद तारे भी ला दोगे तभी भी वो आपको ट्रस्ट नहीं करेंगे. सो ये रिलेशनशिप आपके लिए नहीं है. अगर ऐसा कोई आपको कहता है, प्लीज ट्रीट इट एज एन एक्सक्यूज and get out of that relationship immediately. All right, let me quickly say hi to people who've just joined in. Goel Raja, hi, thanks for joining in. Voice Mohit, thanks for joining in. Jaswinder, thanks for joining in. Tejesh Belani, thanks for joining in. Hi Swati, will you upload this video on Insta? Yes, I will upload this video on my Instagram, IGTV, and I will also upload this video on YouTube, so you guys can watch it, the entire video there as well. Alright, so if you have any questions, anyone has any questions pertaining to this topic, which is how you can have long-lasting relationship with your partner, with your special person, you can put your questions here and I will be more than happy to take your questions. I still have another 20 minutes. I'm going to talk about some more topics. लेकिन अगर आपके कोई सवाल है, आप directly मुझे यहाँ पर लिख सकते हैं, या आप live भी आ सकते हैं मेरे साथ में, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. All right. The next topic, the next point is support. एक relationship में support होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. When I say support, which means two partners need to be supporting each other. आपके हर डिसीजन को, हर चीज़ को जो आप कर रहे हैं, आपका पार्टनर आपका पिलर होना चाहिए. यू शुड हैव योर बैक, देयर बैक विथ यू, एंड इट शुड बी द अदर वे अराउंड एज वेल. विच मीन्स आप चाहे अपने आप में चाहे बात कर रहे हो, डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन हो रही हो, आप लोग शायद आपको हर चीज़ के लिए आप साथ में नहीं बोलेंगे, लेकिन अगर आप किसी के सामने अगर आप हैं, आप किसी थर्ड पर्सन के साथ में, अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, अपने फैमिली के सामने, वट एवर, that person should be able, your partner should be able to support you in front of everyone else. It should be like a team and not you against him or not you against her. So support is very, very important. And in relationships where the partner supports you in your dreams, in your visions, in your goals, it becomes a journey which is completely a dream come true, I must tell you. So, and there are such partners available, there are such people available in this world. I have seen so many people who are supporting their better halves, who are supporting their wives and girlfriends and husbands and boyfriends to perform better. आप ऐसे रिलेशनशिप में और अच्छे से परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं, अच्छा ग्रो कर सकते हैं, इमोशनली, फिजिकली, मॉनेटरीली एज वेल, फाइनेंशियली एज वेल, बिकॉज आपको एक सपोर्टिंग पार्टनर मिला है. तो आप अगर ये सोचेंगे कि आपका पार्टनर अगर आपसे बड़ा हो जाए in terms of if he or she grows bigger than you, it will be a fear for you. I would say that is a complete no, because in a relationship, like I said, it's a mutual understanding of two people. It should go parallel and not go against each other. So supporting each other is very, very important. अगर आपको लगता है आपका partner is pulling you down, he or she is getting insecure because of your progress, he is not letting you step up because there is some fear in his or her mind, then this is not a healthy relationship. You need to think about that relationship. Alright, so guys, if you have any questions, you can put your questions here. I will be taking more questions as well. Let me quickly check if there are any questions which have come up. Emotional, if someone is emotional towards family, how do I manage it? Emotional towards family, I'm not getting the full question here, but I'll still try to answer that. For example, if someone is saying that I am very emotionally connected with my family, and you need to really assimilate with my family, only then I'll be able to get you in my family and be part of it. Now that's also something which is a demand, right? It's an expectation, right? I mean, आप दो लोग हैं, रिलेशनशिप हमारे कंट्री में ये बोला जाता है कि जब आप शादी करते तो आप एक इंसान से शादी नहीं करते, आप पूरे परिवार से शादी करते हो. While I understand that and I completely acknowledge that feeling as well, I acknowledge that ritual as well, but you don't have to go overboard and over push yourself or over compromise yourself just to please people. I would just say, the simplest way to handle this situation is be yourself. Because आप आज कोई एक नकाब पहन लेंगे, आप आज कोई you'll put a fake mask over it and over yourself, and you'll try to woo or please or lure your his family members. But what about future? It cannot be the same always, right? Someday or the other that mask will go down and the real face will come ahead. So it's important to, and you may also not want to be a people pleaser all the time. That's a completely no against self-esteem. So I would suggest, if your partner is very emotional towards his family and he wants you also to assimilate, you can have a genuine interest towards his family. You can show the genuine interest towards the family, spend more time with the family, understand the family, show your affection towards the family, and try to be pally with them. If it's working out, it'll work out for the both of you. If it's not, then that's not the relationship that you would want to be into. Alright, I hope that answered your question. Okay, coming to the next point, be honest with in your relationships. When I say be honest, which means a lot of times I've seen partners, they get scared because मैंने अगर सच बता दिया तो मेरा पार्टनर जो है मुझे छोड़ देगा, या अगर मैंने उनसे ये चीज़ बताई, उनके अगेंस्ट में मैंने जाके उससे बात करी और मैंने उसको बताया, तो he'll not like it, or he'll feel very dejected, or he'll feel that I have betrayed him. Anything of those sorts अगर आपके दिमाग में आते हैं, I would say, please have a very, very hearty conversation with your partner right then and there. Because anything that you're holding back, एक रिलेशनशिप, जैसे मैंने स्टार्टिंग में कहा था, एक रिलेशनशिप इज ऑल अबाउट म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड योर पार्टनर एंड वाइस वर्सा, विच मीन्स इफ योर पार्टनर इज ऑल्सो नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड यू, आप जो कर रहे हैं अपने दूसरे के लिए कर रहे हैं, अगर आप वो अपने पार्टनर को समझा नहीं पा रहे हैं या वो नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं, इट इज नॉट अ हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप टू बी इन, राइट? बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू हैव दिस इशू लेटर एज वेल. It is better to sort it out right then and there rather than, keeping things to yourself. But be honest. You can't say that, just because my partner will get angry, or just because, this is something which he does not like me to do, I have to hide this fact. आप आज हाइड कर लेंगे, आप आज झूठ बोल लेंगे, but will you be able to do that in the future? And one lie, trust me, that one lie will let you into a loop. These are the reasons why you'll have trust issues between you and your partner. These are the reasons why you'll have insecurity between you and your partner. These are the reasons why your partner will have a problem understanding you and respecting you. So don't do all of those things, because this action of yours today will not help you in the future. इसीलिए ज़रूरी है आपको ये स्टार्टिंग में ही समझना. अगर आप कोई भी रिलेशनशिप स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, बेस योर रिलेशनशिप फाउंडेशन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ऑनेस्टी एंड ट्रूथ. The more honest you are, the more truthful you are, you will have a long lasting relationship with your partner. And like I said, it's important to understand that transparency is very, very important in a relationship. आप कोई भी चीज़ हाइड करके, छुपा करके वो रिलेशनशिप को आगे नहीं बढ़ा सकते हो. Alright? Okay, let me just quickly say a hi to people who just joined in. Shinde Vikas, thanks for joining in. Vikas, Sweet Devil, thanks for joining in. Good evening. Kin.star and Purvang Raval, thanks for joining in, guys. And we are talking about the Valentines Special edition today. We are talking about how you can have a long lasting relationship with your special person. I have already shared some wonderful tips. You can go ahead, people who just joined in, you can go ahead and watch the entire video. It will be on my IGTV, and I'll be uploading this video on my YouTube channel as well, so you can view this video there as well. I'll just quickly do a recap जो मैंने अभी तक बताया है in the next 5 minutes. और अगर आपके कोई सवाल है, आप मुझे आपके सवाल भी पूछ सकते हो. You can write it in the comment section right now. Okay, so quickly doing a recap. The first thing, like I said, your relationship with yourself should be the prime importance in your life more than any other person's relationship. अगर आप खुद से प्यार करते हैं, if you have love for yourself, if you treat yourself with dignity, if you care for yourself, if you understand yourself, if you have self-worth for yourself, trust me, all the other relationships will automatically fall in place. Because if you don't love yourself, you will depend on your partner for all the love that you're wanting, and that becomes toxic. That becomes a toxic behavior for you as well as your partner. So stop doing that. Look inside first, love yourself first, respect yourself first, and automatically everyone else, including your partner, will start respecting you. The second thing which is very important in relationships is communication. Fair and square and honest communication every time with your partner. Remember, your partner should be your best friend. I spoke about this in my last edition as well. फ्रेंडशिप जो है वो प्यार से बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. प्यार तो आज रहेगा, कल रहेगा, 2 दिन बाद, 2 साल बाद रहेगा, 10 साल बाद रहेगा, लेकिन रिस्पेक्ट और फ्रेंडशिप जो है, जो आप अपने पार्टनर के साथ शेयर करोगे, वो जिंदगी भर रहेगा. सो इसीलिए ये फ्रेंडशिप के को बेस रखते हुए यू हैव टू tell everything and very have a communication, very clear communication with your partner. What you like, what you dislike, what your feelings are, whether you want to compliment him or her. Please do that open-heartedly. We are living in a very small world. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So don't keep those feelings for yourself. Say it out loud today. You never know. You will regret if you don't say that tomorrow. I have seen, I have believed in this thing, and I used to, as a child, I was not very lovable. I never used to show my affection to people, whether it is my dad or whether it's my mom or whether it's my siblings, anyone. But over the years, I've realized, if you love something about someone, please tell them then and there. If you appreciate something that they have done for you, please tell them then and there, because आपको ये मौका, ये चांस शायद कल ना मिले, शायद वो कल आपके साथ नहीं रहे, शायद आप उनके साथ कल नहीं रहो. इसीलिए ज़रूरी है कि आप जो फील करते हो आज कहो, this is the right time. Okay, so communication has to be very, very clear and very, very impromptu. It has to go two-way communication. The third point is being, absolutely respectful for each other, which means respecting each other's boundaries, respecting each other's decisions, respecting each other's privacy, respecting each other's life, and not controlling each other. That is very, very important. अगर आप अपने पार्टनर को कंट्रोल करते हैं, अगर आपको लगता है कि उनको आपके हिसाब से सब कुछ करना चाहिए, that is not a healthy relationship. He or she has their own life as well. Before meeting you as well, they were living, right? So you don't have to control them. That's a dominating, toxic behavior. Please stop doing that if anyone is doing that, because that is one of the reasons why people fall out. They may not say that to you right now. They may not say that to you upfront, but that's something which a lot of people don't like. Not many people like it. In fact, no one should like it. So don't dominate each other. Don't tell them what you're supposed to do. They are not children anymore. Just respect them and they will respect you for your decisions as well. The next thing is practice forgiveness. आप अपने पार्टनर की मिस्टेक को, गलतियों को अगर दबा के रखेंगे, अपने दिमाग में संभाल के रखेंगे, तो वो आपको हर बार याद आएगा और हर बार आपको उसको अपने आर्ग्यूमेंट्स में, अपने कॉन्वर्जेशंस में निकालेंगे. दिस इज़ वेरी, वेरी condescending and this will only going to spoil your relationship. It will further break it down. So learn forgiveness, learn the art of forgiveness, learn to let go. I'm not saying on bigger mistakes, but the smaller mistakes that your partner is doing, it's okay. You don't have to be naggy and complaining all the time. We all are evolving. ये मैंने पहले भी कहा था, last week भी कहा था. None of us has come on this earth with a manual of how to manage relationships. We all learn by the go. हम हर बार अपने मिस्टेक से सीखते हैं. आज मैंने कुछ बोल दिया जो मेरे पार्टनर को अच्छा नहीं लगा. I will learn from it and I will not repeat it again. But you can't expect me to know everything in the first go. So, give that benefit of doubt to your partner and let go of the things. Trust me, you will see a lot of behavior change in your partner and yourself. The next point that I have spoken about is trust. Trusting each other is very, very important. अगर आप एक दूसरे को ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते, अगर आप एक दूसरे को रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर सकते, अगर आप एक दूसरे के प्रति लॉयल नहीं रह सकते, तो आप रिलेशनशिप में हो ही नहीं. सो इसीलिए अपने पार्टनर को ट्रस्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. और एक और पॉइंट मैंने शेयर किया था कि अगर आपका पार्टनर कभी आपको ये कहे कि मुझे ट्रस्ट इश्यूज़ है क्योंकि मेरे पास्ट में ऐसा हुआ है, मेरे पास्ट रिलेशनशिप में आई हैव बीन चीटेड, या मेरे पेरेंट्स के साथ डिवोर्स देखा है मैंने, या मैंने लाइफ में बहुत सारे चीटिंग या बिट्रेयल्स देखा है, इसलिए आई एम लाइक दिस, आई हैव ट्रस्ट इश्यूज एंड यू नीड टू प्रूव योर सेल्फ टू मी. Please fall out of that relationship immediately. That is not a relationship to be in. Your partner needs to trust you. I know trust is built over a time. Day one पे trust नहीं होगा. I understand that. But ये ओपन माइंडेडनेस से आपको एंटर करना है रिलेशनशिप में. आप पहले दिन में ही एक दूसरे से जज करने लग जाएंगे, मिसट्रस्ट करने लग जाएंगे, तो वो रिलेशनशिप आगे नहीं बढ़ने वाला. सो इसीलिए आपको ओपनली ट्रस्ट करना एक दूसरे को बहुत ज़रूरी है. एंड द लास्ट पॉइंट दैट आई सेड वाज बीइंग ऑनेस्ट विथ ईच अदर. इफ यू आर ऑनेस्ट, ऑटोमेटिकली द ट्रस्ट विल कम, ऑटोमेटिकली द रिस्पेक्ट विल कम, ऑटोमेटिकली द लव विल ग्रो, right? So be honest with your partner so that you can have a much nourishing, nurturing relationship in the future as well. Alright, so that brings me to the end of this session. I hope you guys learned a lot of new things, a lot of new tips from me in this session. I will be putting up this video on my IGTV as well as on my YouTube channel. So आप ये पूरा वीडियो देख सकते हैं. और अगर आपके कोई भी पर्सनल सवाल भी है pertaining to relationships, I do relationship coaching as well. If you have any issues, any concerns, any problems, if you have a partner who's toxic, if you have a partner who's not understanding you, if you're going through a situation where you're not able to get a partner for yourself, or if you're in a situation जहाँ पर आप relationship में चले जाते हो लेकिन उसको long lasting नहीं कर पाते, कोई भी issues है, you can DM me. I will be able to help you on that. I do a lot of youth related relationship coaching. So if you have any concerns, you can definitely contact me, DM me as well. Alright, so that brings me to the end of my session. Wish you all a very, very happy Valentine's Day in advance. Enjoy your Valentine's with your special one. If you don't have a special one, enjoy it with your own self. I'm sure that's the best gift that God has given you, yourself. enjoy that moment tomorrow. And I will come back next week with another topic. What would be the topic for next Sunday? It will be relationship with your children. How to maintain and nourish relationship with children. ये मैं next topic में बात करने वाली हूँ. तो आप next Sunday मुझे रात को 9 बजे live देख सकते हैं. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can DM me. I will come back next week. You guys have a great week ahead. Have a wonderful Valentine's, and I will see you next week. Good night. Take care. Bye-bye.